Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm Rasheena Jarreau. This is Bend and Balance. Thank you for popping into today's yin yoga practice. All you'll need is your yoga mat and maybe a blanket to cushion your bottom in some of the poses. But grab those things and when you are ready, meet me here on the mat. All right, let's get started. In easy pose, we're going to place our right leg over our left. You're going to sit up tall, roll your shoulders back so that they land away from your ears, head lifted. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Draw your right ear to your right shoulder. Maybe apply a little pressure from your right hand here, kind of deepening that neck stretch. And let's hold this for a few breaths. Let's touch our left hand down to the ground and extend our right arm up and over as we side bend to the left. Maybe fold deeper if you can. Lift your gaze a bit towards that extended arm. And really open up your side body. Come back to a neutral position. Allow your left ear to fall towards your left shoulder. Again, guiding your head into this stretch with your left hand. Right hand touches down on the floor on the side of you. Left arm reaches up and over as you lean to the right. Fold deeper into the stretch and lift your gaze. And come back to the center. We're going to flow into some cat-cows. Here, seated cat-cows. So take a full breath in. And as you exhale, round your spine towards the back wall, scooping out your belly, dropping your chin to your chest. Next inhale, draw your chest forward, lift your gaze. Breathe out and scoop your belly, chin to chest. And inhale your chest forward. Let's complete that round one more time. Before we find a forward fold in front of us. So touch your hands to the floor in front of you. Walk them forward. And this is going to be our first hold. Find your version of this fold here. Maybe your elbows and forearms can rest on the floor. Or maybe you stay a bit more lifted. but fold enough to feel a nice stretch in your bottom and in your hips. If you feel like you can fold further, open yourself up to do that. And maybe support your forehead by stacking your fists one on top of the other and using them as a headrest. Walk your hands back in, lift yourself back up. Reposition your legs to where your right knee is pointed in the direction of the back of your mat. Keep that front leg folded, pivot, shift your weight, and extend that back leg behind you. Press through your hands to lift your chest and lift your upper body into a little back bend here. And this is where you may need your blanket to cushion your hip if you feel like it's uncomfortably suspended off the ground. And then from here, we're going to find our sleeping swan pose. Walk your hands down to the mat. And once again, you can use your fists to support your head. And breathe as you hopefully find a little comfort in this pose. Allowing your body to kind of melt into this stretch. Walk your hands back in. Lift your chest off the ground. Shift your hips back towards the front where we were. And pull your legs in towards each other, maybe swaying from side to side here. You're definitely going to feel a little uneven here, but we're about to do these same stretches on the other side. So find your easy pose. This time your left leg is in front of your right. And just like before, actually I'm gonna move my cushion for this. Walk your hands forward. And bring your chest towards the floor. Stay here, or if you can fold further, see if you can do so. Then support your head as needed. Walk your hands back in, lift yourself up. Pivot now to where your left knee is facing the front of your mat. Shift your weight to the side enough to untuck your right leg and allow it to go long behind you. Support your hip with your cushion if need be, and press through your hands to lift your chest and lift your upper torso into a nice back bend. Really feeling this stretch through your groin, through the tops of your thighs. And allow yourself to fold forward. Breathe into this stretch. Walk your hands back in, upright yourself. And shift back to the front of your mat. Pull both your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug here. And pull your legs apart just a bit, still keeping your legs bent at the knees. And allow your knees to fall to one side and then to the other. All right, bring your legs close together, allow them to go long. You can keep a nice bend in your knees if you desire. We're gonna shift into caterpillar pose, which is essentially a nice forward fold. So soften your back, allow it to round, and allow your torso to kind of melt over the tops of your thighs. Allow your head to gently fold. If you feel a nice stretching sensation, you can stay here. If you don't, challenge yourself to straighten your legs a bit more until you do feel more of a stretch along the backs of your legs. Bring your hands in alongside you, press through your hands and sit up tall. Bring your knees in towards your chest, allow them to fall out to the left side, and come onto your knees and find a nice tabletop position. You may have to recenter yourself in the middle of your mat again. So position your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, hip width distance apart, moving into cat-cows again. Lift your spine, round it up towards the ceiling, drop your head, and then flow into a back bend, dropping your belly button towards the floor, lifting your head. Continue that flow, press through your hands, pushing the floor away as you round your spine and drop your head. And bring your belly towards the floor. Lift your head, roll your shoulders away from the ears. Once more, round your spine, drop your head, and then draw your belly button to the floor, lift your gaze. From here, keep your lower body where it is, but melt your heart towards the floor by walking your hands forward and lowering your chest to the ground. Now, if at any point this is too much pressure on your shoulders and you feel like gravity is pulling you down, just walk your hands in a little bit and lessen that arch in your back. You want to protect your shoulders, so be mindful of when any kind of pain may be setting in. And walk your hands in. Take your knees a bit farther apart. Bring your big toes to touch behind you. Sink your hips back. And find your child's pose. Melting your chest to the floor again. Walk your hands in. Bring your legs closer together and allow your belly to fold over your thighs. Maybe use your cushion here as a little pillow to support your head, and allow your arms to rest down by your side. Draw your hands in, lift yourself off the ground. We're gonna do like a reverse Shavasana. I guess we're kind of a crocodile pose. Continue to use your cushion as a pillow and just kind of come down onto your belly and casually fold your arms, kind of support your head. Maybe cross your legs if you like. Just kind of take a minute here just to lay however is comfortable for you. And let's just take a few more moments to be quiet and to be still and to check in with ourselves. Kind of observe how we're feeling in our body. Observe our thoughts. Maybe take a moment to ask ourselves, hey, how am I doing? We don't take a lot of time to check in with ourselves throughout the day, so just take a moment to check in with yourself. When you're ready, you can slowly lift yourself off of your mat and just come back to a seated position. It's always nice to take a moment of gratitude for today's practice. I'm certainly thankful for you guys for joining me today. Thank you, thank you. Today was definitely a deeper stretch in our hips and our shoulders. And so I hope that it allowed you to get some tension out in those areas. And I cannot wait to move with you guys again. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for practicing with me. See you later.